We are back at the top of another Savage stream. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Yes, I am feeling better. It wasn't that I was feeling bad. I was just in a really bad mood. I just didn't want to talk to anybody last night. So, you know, it is what it is. You know, I get like that sometimes. I think we all do sometimes. And I've been going at this live stream thing a long time. So this is, you know, I think I'm going on. It started in 2018, at the end of 2018, or in the middle, and so this is more than 2 years that I've been doing this. Trying to do it every night, and it's kind of tough, so, or every weeknight anyway. There hasn't been very many nights that I've missed. I mean, there's been a few here or there, last night being one of them, but I do get, every now and then I get like, man, because it's hard also because there's not always something that I want to talk about, right? So there has to be something that I actually want to talk about in order for me to do it. I don't want to just do it just to do it. So, you know, it is what it is. So by the end of this video, though, I think that we're gonna talk about a microcap gem that you can mine, like the thumbnail says. You probably guessed it. It's Zelle. There's a lot going on with Zelle this week and coming up. A lot on the roadmap, lots of development. So I think that it's something that we probably should keep our eyes on, especially in the mining community and just in the investing crypto world, because they are what I would consider to be pretty much bottomed out, right? You know, I'm not a trader or anything, but in my opinion, man, if you look at the chart and stuff, it just seems like like most alts, you know, there's a lot of them that are bottomed out that will come back. And I kind of think that, I'm thinking that Zelle is one of those ones that's going to come back pretty hard. They had a good run last year. I think they went up to like 27 cents or something like that, USD value. And I think they're at 4.5 cents right now, something like that. I'm always going to talk in USD value just so that you can compare. But they got a lot going on, and I just kind of want to talk about it. So I think that's what we'll do tonight. But by the end of the video, you might know a little bit more about Zelle, maybe, than you do right now. So I don't know. Crypto Mikkel's in here too, so that's great. He works with those guys a lot, so that's good that he's in here and can probably answer some questions if there are any. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm not even going to look at the chat because you know I'll get just distracted right away. Anyway, so we will go ahead and start with some content here. First off, they don't go by Zelle Cash anymore. They are just Zelle. So like if you ever see anywhere that is listing it as Zelle Cash, you know, maybe consider sending them a note, whatever the website is, whether it's, I mean, I even think that CoinGecko even has it as Zelle Cash still. I mean, you know, send them a note like, hey, they kind of just go by Zelle now. So anyway, that's just kind of a side note. But the Zelle itself typically refers to the currency itself, even though the project essentially has 4 closely interworking parts. And there's the currency, which is Zelle. And then there's Zelle Nodes, basically, that are Masternodes. So you got Zelle the currency, then you got Zelle Nodes. And the Zelle nodes run Zelle Flux, which is an operating system and which supports the ZellX and ZellDev platforms for developing applications. Zelle Core is the wallet, and ZelID is the decentralized authentication protocol. So everything's Zelle all the way, you know, down the line, right? Which is fine, whatever. But just know that Zelle itself, the currency, well, actually, Zelle the project is not called Zelle Cash anymore. It's just Zelle. And then Zelle is the currency. And as far as specs for the actual currency itself, the privacy protocol that's used is ZK SNARKs, which is zero knowledge succinct non-interactive argument of knowledge. Basically, you're being able to prove you know something without revealing any information other than that you know it in a very quick manner that doesn't require any further effort on your part. All that happens digitally and is not, apparent to the user, of course. The privacy on Zelle is opt-in, not always on, but it can be considered a privacy coin. And oftentimes it is. The block reward currently is 150 Zelle. And what's really cool about that is 75% of the block rewards go to miners, go to proof of work miners, and only 25% go to Zelle node operators or Zelle nodes. Right now that is basically proof of work. The block rewards are 112.5, and the Masternodes or Zelle nodes, they don't really call them Masternodes. They're Zelle nodes because they do a lot more than like a normal proof of stake kind of situation, because it's actually a computational network. So it's not just like throw your coins on there and that's it. It actually does stuff. It does computations. But the Zelle nodes get 37.5 Zelle per block now, block reward. And the block times are 120 seconds, pretty fast, 2 minutes. And then the max supply of Zelle is 210 million. And they have a halving every 2.5 years, which is a little odd, but every 2.5 years. And one is coming up really soon. We're going to talk about that towards the end. But the next halving is on block 655350. And again, we'll talk about that in a moment, in a little bit. I got to the roadmap here, but this is kind of a little bit specific to Zelle currency itself. They have an overall roadmap as well. So we'll get to that in a minute too. So I mentioned the Zelle nodes. Actually, I mentioned the halving. So on the Zelle nodes dashboard, this does a lot. There's a lot of information here about the nodes. And again, we'll talk about that towards the end. But what I wanted to point out is that there is a counter here. An estimated countdown to next Zelle halving is 3 days, 10 hours, 27 minutes. And then over here, it has the date as August 4th, which is Tuesday. Okay. Now they're planning an event, which I'll talk about later, on Saturday, this Saturday. So I think that they, being the core devs and the core community for Zelle, believes that it's going to be on Saturday. It is on block 655350. And if you do the math and work it out, it looks like it's about 3.2 days away if it's perfect, right? So maybe that means that it will be, and by perfect I mean every block time is 2 minutes, which it varies depending on difficulty and all those different factors. But maybe it might happen on Saturday night sometime. It's looking like maybe earlier, maybe even earlier, afternoon on Saturday. But hopefully if things go right, their having party isn't going to be at 3 o'clock in the morning my time, right? Because that wouldn't be that great. I would probably still be there, but man, that would be tough, right? So the Zelle cryptocurrency supports all aspects of the Zelle ecosystem. It's basically what it does, what it operates on. The whole ecosystem operates on that, and that is the main purpose of Zelle, because there's incentivized nodes. All the Zelle nodes are actually incentivized, so there has to be some way for them to receive payment, and that is through the Zelle cryptocurrency. So if we head over to and I was showing you here the latest block is 653076, and you can see that there's some, like here it hit 2 blocks here real quick, and they were only 5 minutes ago. So that shows you that there is a variance there. So, as we get closer, just like the Bitcoin halving, as we get closer, we'll be able to figure it out, and hopefully determine a roundabout time frame that it's going to happen. but it's 655350 is the number you're looking for here. About 3 days away. All right. And if you look at what to mine right now and the coins, you know, they have, let's see. Yeah, so like I was saying, it costs Zelle to perform all the calculations on the network, and it does have its own proof of work algorithm called Zelle Hash or Equihash R1254. So right here is Zelle Hash, and if you go to, let's see, if you go to like miningpoolstats.stream, it'll say 1254 up here, but on what to mine it just says Zelle Hash, right? I don't even know if it has anything else. Yeah, it doesn't have anything else in there. So if you go down to, this is kind of odd, but I don't know why this happens. It's almost like they're just jumping the gun here. But if you go to Zelle on what to mine, they already have the block rewards cut in half. So it's like the halving has already happened, but it hasn't. So this is not accurate, in other words. And I would imagine, I don't know for sure, but I imagine it throws everything out of whack as far as the profitability, because I think if you were to change it up here, you know, to 112, actually you can't even do it. Is there a way to, yeah, let's see here, enable, there we go. So I think if you go like 112, if you need to do the calculations, you know, for yourself, because on that front page of what to mine, it's going to be inaccurate if it's using this number, right? Because the block rewards are cut in half. So what I'm getting at is back here on what to mine, especially if you're looking on NVIDIA side, you probably should see Zelle higher up in the list here, you know, as far as profitability goes, but it's way down here. And it's, I don't know, you know, I don't know what's going on, but it just seems weird that they did this. And it does affect the calculations, I would imagine. So, I mean, I don't think that they're ignoring the numbers that they're putting into their own website. So, anyway, I think that you kind of get my point there. If you need to do the calculations, come over here to Zelle and disable the automated block reward and enter in your own block reward, which is, was it 112.5? Is that right? Is that what I said it was? I think that's right. Yeah, 112.5 for proof of work block rewards, and you know, you can work it out that way, right? So then you can figure out your actual realistic profitability. Okay, so enough said there. All right. They do have a lot of pools. I showed you that just a second ago here. There's a whole lot of pools for Zelle. I like zellabs.net. It's their pool, right? And this pool actually supports a lot of different projects. I don't know. Let's see here. Pool list, maybe? Yeah, so there's several different pool lists. Several different projects. I thought there were more in here before. It's been a while since I looked at this, but anyway. So I like Zelle Labs. It's a cool pool, and it does spread the hash rate a little bit because, you know, it looks like two miners, as usual, has a lot of the hash power. But there are others in here as well. So, you know, spread, if you're going to be mining it, spread it out a little bit there. So the current value of Zelle, see right here, Zelle Cash, it's actually just Zelle now. So the current value is 0.4 cents. I'm sorry, 0.045 cents roughly. And it has been going up a little bit lately, you know, along with everything else. I mean, 2 weeks, it's up 27%. That's pretty strong. You know, you probably, if you're going to get into like the nodes, like buying a Masternode or buying a Zelle node, because it does cost Zelle to purchase it, and we'll get to that in a little bit. But yeah, I don't know. To me, you know, again, this looks bottomed out for sure. At least right here, it was bottomed out. It did go down to less than. It went down in the 2 cent range. That's crazy. And now it's at the 4 cents. So And then back here, you know, it had its really great run. I thought it went up to about, what was it got all time? Yeah, 23 cents. I thought it was 26, but okay, 23. Still pretty strong, right? I mean, it's got a long way to go to the all-time high. So, you know, I don't know. Not an analyst, not financial advice, but it does look like a bottomed out project that is still developing and doing great things. So if we go to their roadmap, let's scroll down a little bit here to the roadmap. And the next big roadmap item, you can see all the stuff that they've done, all the stuff that they've tackled. We're all the way into June of 2020. And this right here means that it's completed. And this is on the calendar, right? So this is not yet completed. So the next big thing is Flux apps. And Zelle Flux is the operating system that the nodes run on, or runs on the nodes. And it looks like the next big is basically being able to Dockerize these apps and put them and deploy them to the Zelle nodes. If I might be messing up the terminology a little bit, but you get the point. So basically, they're going to be able to run applications developed for a Dockerized application, which is just converting an application to run inside of a Docker container. It looks like this, or this is a little bit more information about it. Making it a distributed and decentralized app, and the Docker container can live and function the same way on different platforms. So you can kind of see a picture of how it works down here. You know, an app, I would assume the way that this was going to work, an app working on Zelle Node could work on something else that's also running Docker, right? So it's like platform independent. I kind of liken this to like the VMware thin apps. It's similar to that, although I think that that's very proprietary the way that VMware does it. This is kind of like a distributed, decentralized way of containerizing applications, making them run on multiple platforms. You know, you program it once and it can run on multiple platforms. I think that's kind of an easier way to describe it, I guess. I don't know. But an example of one is they have several that are running out here on the Zelle network right now. This is one of them. You can tell by the address up here. And this is just HTML5 Pac-Man, right? So I know that this isn't like, you know, blowing your hair back or anything like that, but it is kind of cool. Whoa, that's super loud. But it is kind of cool to see something like that actually working on the Zelle network, right? So I thought that was kind of cool to see that. The next piece of the Zelle ecosystem is the Zelle Core wallet. The wallet is multi-platform, and they start out here. You know, there's Mac OS, Windows, Linux, all the mobile apps. And one of the biggest benefits, the coolest thing about the Zelle Core wallet, and I can't stress this enough, but whenever I was first getting into crypto, what really annoyed me was having multiple wallets. Now, I know that there's some security benefits to having a desktop wallet and a mobile wallet that aren't the same, right? That you're not seeing the same crypto on them. 2 different keys, 2 different addresses, all that stuff. I get it. I totally get it. But I'm telling you, you know, there's some level of convenience and everything that is important also. And you can have the same crypto show up on your mobile wallet, Zelle Core, as your desktop wallet. It's the same thing because the way that it authenticates to the wallet is you can use anyway, you know, the same username and password. You can register them on both devices, desktop and mobile, and you'll see the same crypto. And I thought that in 2018 was something that you did not really see. I don't know if Zelle Core was the first to do that, but I seem to recall them being one of the first to be able to do that, because it was definitely what drew me in initially. Was like, wow, this is really, I mean, one thing, it's a beautiful wallet, and then on top of that, you can access the same crypto on multiple devices. So I thought that was really cool. This is just my wallet here that I only have BTC listed here. But yeah, so I just want to show you what it kind of looked like. Great wallet, you know, and again, it's on mobile as well. It looks the same on mobile. Actually, it looks like this. Whoops. It looks like this right here on mobile. So it looks, you know, basically the same, right? And get rid of all this stuff. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so it looks basically the same as it does on mobile whenever you minimize it down like that. And super cool wallet. Again, you access the same crypto on the mobile and the desktop. Really cool. All right, let's see. Lots of different platforms that it works on, all that stuff. And you know, it's a beautiful wallet. It works well. You know, it's multi-asset. It supports Ravencoin assets also. There's, you know, you basically just add whatever you need in here. Now, another cool feature of this is Smartify. I'm not going to do it because it's going to throw up here all the crypto that's in this wallet, and I don't want to do that for you guys. And if I was going to make a recommendation to the developers of the wallet, I would say that it would be cool if they had a way of turning off the, and there might be, I went through the settings, I didn't see it, but I would like to turn off the values and the amounts, right? So I want to mask all that information. Like, I think they call it like a street view or something like that. Other wallets have that. Other wallets have the capability of turning off the values so that if you were showing someone the wallet, they wouldn't know how much crypto was in there, right? Or how much value was in there. So if I was to make a recommendation, it would be that. And again, it might be in here somewhere, but I didn't see it. I poked around a little while and I did not see it. So anyway, all right, let's get back to this. So the next thing is ZelID. ZelID is basically just the distributed, decentralized authentication method, right? And it's really neat because it's got distributed 2FA. It says here that it might be one of the cooler things that they've released. It is really cool because whenever I log into my wallet, there's actually two-factor authentication because I have to also provide a PIN. So not only is it my username and my password, but it's also a PIN. And that's distributed 2FA, which is really cool. And that's set up in the wallet. So if you go in your wallet and go to apps, and then you go to ZelID, then this is where you would set it up. And you can also sign messages and stuff like that. You can also set up easy login, like fingerprint. You can use the devices, like if you're on mobile, you could use that device's capabilities also. So like a fingerprint. Yeah, cool stuff. I dig it. So that's ZelID. They're also I think they're building some other things inside of there as well. I think there's some stuff on their roadmap for that. And then last but not least, there are the Zelle Nodes. Zelle Nodes are the backbone of this whole thing. Basically, you know, it's a computational network, and you know, like I said earlier, they run the Zelle Flux operating system, and they're basically set up like a lot of other nodes, but they have tiers. In this environment here, there's 3 tiers of computational nodes, basically allowing anyone to participate because a 10,000 basic 10,000 Zelle node, you know, I don't know how much it costs per month to run. There's values and stuff, pricing and rewards over here too. There's also a dashboard. We'll get to that in a minute. I actually showed it to you already, but we'll get to that. 10,000 would be $450 right now, right? So it's kind of affordable to run a Zelle node or to buy a Zelle node or to, you know, stake enough Zelle for a Zelle node basic. And, you know, they get different reward structure. So if you go to the reward structure here, the large one, the BAMF, I'm sure you can figure out what that stands for, is 100,000 Zelle. That's a lot. That's 40. How much is that? 4,000. Is it 4,000? 4,500. Yeah, I think that's right. 4,500. This one's 20. I don't know. It actually has the values on there whenever we get to that part. But the reward structure, you know, is broken down like this. And again, their halving is coming up on Saturday or around Saturday. So all this is going to be cut in half, all these rewards. So what that normally means, you know, but we haven't seen that so much yet with Bitcoin. You know, they just recently halved as well. I think it's going to take some time. I think it'll take some time for us to realize all of the, you know, the benefits of the halving on Zelle as well, just like we are with Bitcoin. That's just me talking. I don't know that much. I'm just some dude, you know, but it seems like it lags, like the long-term effects of the halving kind of lags the halving itself, especially whenever there's been multiple halvings already for Bitcoin anyway. Now this is the first halving for Zelle, I believe, right? Because they came out in 2018. Yeah, so 2.5 years. So this is their first halving ever. So that's kind of neat. But this is about the Zelle nodes here. And let's head over to the dashboard, because that is where it kind of breaks down the prices, the values, and all that stuff. I think it's down here. I'm probably going to look right at it and not be able to show you. There was somewhere in here where I saw a, here it is, Zelle Nodes pricing and data. So here we go. And you can see what the VPS, the virtual private servers, cost. Roughly, this is for your calculations. And you can see here that basically a basic Zelle node right now, 10,000 Zelle, 455. A super is 1.1K. And a BAMF is 4.5K. And this shows you how many there are in the network. Oh, we need to add a super, or take one off. That's a bad number. All right, let's see here. We got, and then also the revenue right now. Again, it is halving. So this, you know, if nothing changes, if everything stays the same, then this is going to decrease by half, right? So these values, so just keep that in mind. Let's see here. So it shows you the monthly profit after paying for the VPS, I guess, is what this is showing you. So it does need to increase in value for sure, or else this is not good. This is not good, losing money every month. So yeah, right on. All right, cool. All right, so that's a little bit about Zelle, and then also they were recently added to Masternodes Online, so you can come over here to Masternodes Online and actually see the 3 different levels: basic, super, and BAMF, and what their profitability is and ROI and all that stuff, and their cost as well, and how many you have to have and all that stuff. So they were recently added over here, so that was a nice addition. And let's see, what did I need to talk about? Okay, so they are having this party, the halving party on. Let me check the chat, see what y'all are chatting about over here. Hey, what's up, Seb Green? Wow, dude, it has been a really long time. What is going on, everybody? There's some people in here I don't really recognize. There's a couple in here. Welcome, welcome. No, Serpent, that was last night that I wasn't streaming. Tonight I am. Mo Jake, what graphics are we talking about? I don't know what graphics we're talking about. What's up, Chancoin, Ronas? What's going on, man? Yeah, good to see you too, Seb. It's been forever. Good to see you here. All right, I will check out that message. I know that they were. I did see that they were forking as well. I think I saw it on a. I haven't seen your message yet, but I'll check it out. All right, cool stuff. All right, let's see. So they are having this party, a halving party, and it's probably going to be on Saturday, like I was saying earlier. and they are having a poker tournament. Nice idea. Good idea to have a poker tournament. All right, I wish I would have thought of that. I'm just being silly. All right, so this is these are the details for the poker tournament. This was posted today by, I guess, the person running it, part of the Zelle team here. And it looks like this is kind of cool. All right, they're taking this whole poker tournament thing to the next level for sure, because this is an actual like buy-in tournament. This is not for charity. Okay, there's two tournaments at the same time. It is on PokerStars, very similar to the ones that we've put on. Well, the one we put on before, and then we're scheduling another one for August 15th. And 500 Zelle, that's $22, right? Somewhere around in there. So that is a 500 Zelle buy-in tournament, and the winner, or the winners, get 10%. So it's paying the top 10%. And for every 20,000 play chips you win, the way I'm understanding this here, that's 500 Zelle. So depending on how many people enter, all that stuff, right? So there's the potential for a humongous pot. But that ain't even the big tournament, guys. So that's a $22 entry fee tournament. Tournament 2 is 5,000 Zelle buy-in. That's $220 USD if you were going to convert it to, if you needed to buy the Zelle to enter the tournament and get out of fiat and into Zelle, it's $220 something right now. But so I don't know how many people are going to be in that tournament. I won't be in there. I might be in the tournament 1, the lower buy-in. I don't know. But anyway, you got to, if you want to participate, you have to DM this person, Kayubi, and let him know which one you want to participate in, or you can do both. You can dual table, right? And you need to send him the T address, your Zelle address that you are going to use to send the Zelle. And then he's going to give you return back. He'll DM you back the T address to send the Zelle. And then once he receives it, then you'll get the club name and password and all that stuff for the tournament. And it tells you how to do that here. Now, we're familiar with this process. Anybody who's typically watching my stream here, because we all did this a couple weeks ago. We all had to get into the tournament, the PokerStars here, and do the whole thing. So we're familiar with that, and it's basically the same thing. But I like the way that they're doing it, because he's not giving you the information to get registered or anything like that until you get the payment. Now, I don't know how this works from a legal standpoint. It probably doesn't matter, but it seems it's. I mean, I like it. I like real buy-in tournaments too. But anyway, so there it is. That is what is going on Saturday. Again, we'll have to wait until we get closer to know exactly when that's going to take place. They're looking, I think he said it looks like 8:30 or 9 on Saturday night is whenever it might fire up the tournament. So anyway, yeah, we need to get Gundy in there and get him to take that down. And I don't know, maybe we can stake him, right? We can put him in the tournament and then let him take it down, and we all get our little percentages there. That might work. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. It's 10:05. That's 35 minutes. I'm trying to keep them shorter. Thanks everyone for tuning in. I appreciate it. The Savage Vault's going good. Next thing that's going in there is the 240 outlet. I haven't done it yet. Well, actually, I need to paint too. Don't know if I'm gonna paint it black or orange like the rest of the walls. I don't know yet. We'll figure it out. But that's the next thing. I will see you guys tomorrow night. Tomorrow is Thursday. We'll probably be doing some more Zelle stuff. Maybe I'll do some, mining. Maybe show mining on different operating systems and stuff. Maybe that's what we can cover tomorrow. I will see you guys tomorrow night. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. You guys stay savage. See you tomorrow.